Okay, so Glorify Thy Name, we're going to be doing in G formations. I have my capo on the 3rd fret so that we're playing in B flat. That's easier for me to sing. So for this one, the tempo is sometimes written double, so that the tempo might say something like 140 or 130, but really you're playing it a lot slower. I bring this up because it allows us to take a little bit extra time to make our transitions, which is going to be really important when we get to a gotcha chord in this one, which is going to be a 3 major. So let me start going through the chords, and I'll show you when we get there. So the 1, 4, 5, or the G, C, and D are pretty basic. I'm using this version of a G because it allows me to anchor my ring finger and my pinky there. And then when I play the C, this version of a C, I end up with those 2 fingers still in the same spot. And then even my D, which I play a D sus, keeps those fingers anchored. So that whole first verse, the intro, all kind of live in there, right? So that's pretty basic. But then when we get to the chorus, there's a little bit of a change. There's... playing this B now. So what I'm doing here is playing a power chord. So it's just my index finger on the B position, and then a 5th up and an octave up, I've got my ring finger and my pinky. And I can play almost the whole 6 strings. I just drop out that low E, and that gives me my 3 major sus. Which works in this case. So that's great for transitioning because the next chord is an E minor formation. So I just drop to here. So I just keep that index finger in the same spot, and I just kind of rotate my hand out and put down my middle finger to give me the E minor that I want. And then this is the hardest part, and this is where I think you can take a little extra time to make this transition. You have to make it back to anchoring your ring finger and your pinky for that D chord. That's eventually going to go down to a C chord. So going through that whole chorus is glorify thy name, glorify thy name, glorify thy name in all the... And then we do a sus on our G here. There's 2 ways to do this. You can do that G formation that I had originally, and you can just send your index finger up 1 fret. And this works well if you're capoed, but if you're playing in actual G, open, you might want to switch to this version here. And that's where I've got my index finger up here on the B string, playing a sus, and then letting go. So those are your 2 options here, or that's it. Let's play through the song.